Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we are diving into the heart of Python programming, data structures. We will be exploring four fundamental types: lists, tuples, sets and dictionaries, understanding their unique characteristics and seeing how they empower you to organize and manipulate data efficiently. Let's jump right in. So basically there are two types of objects in Python: immutable objects and mutable objects. Immutable objects are those whose values cannot be changed after they are created. Think of them as fixed. Examples include integers, floats, strings, booleans, and tuples. On the other hand, mutable objects are those whose values can be changed after creation. This means you can add, remove, or modify elements within them. Lists, sets, and dictionaries fall into this category. So, we'll talk about lists. How to create a list. Let's start with lists. Lists are ordered collection of items, incredibly versatile, and perhaps the most commonly used data structure in Python. They are defined using square brackets. So we will create a list named as mylist, and we will include 1 to 5 counting in this list. Now we are going to print this list, mylist, and we are going to also print type of this list. You will be able to see that my list has printed my all values and its type is list, its class is list. A great feature of lists is that they can hold multiple data types at once and are also mutable. For example, I'm going to again create this list, and this time I will provide mixed data. 1, 2, 3, 4 and some strings. And also boolean. Now I am going to print my list. You will be able to see that all of numbers, strings and booleans are in one list. Remember how we talked about mutable objects? Lists are mutable, meaning they are changeable. You can add elements to a list using methods like append. For example, I will create this list again. 1, 2, 3 and then a word. And then a boolean. Remember, Python is case sensitive, so you need to adjust your inputs according to need. So now I am going to append 6 in this list, and I am going to print my list. So you will be able to see that in the original my list there was no 6 present, but as we appended, it showed us in output. You can access individual elements in a list using their index. Python uses zero based indexing, so the first element is at 0. For example, 1 is at 0 and 2 is at first place. So we can also print like index value. I want to print 0th index value, and in the next line I want to print the second index. Sorry, I think I mistyped. So you can see on the 0th index 1 was present, and on the second 0, 1, 2, second 3 was there. So it gave us 1 and 3. Lists also allow duplicate values and len. So we will again create a list. This time we are going to give it a name as list1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 12, 2 and 3 and 4 again. So we are going to print the list1, and we are going to also use the len function. See, the numbers 1, 2, 3 appear multiple times. Len tells us the number of items in the list, which is 8 here. 9 are there in this list. Number of items. You can also initialize an empty list and add elements to it. For example, we are going to create a list 2 and we will keep it empty. And then we are going to print this to make sure that this was empty at first, and then we are going to append a value. I'm going to append 5 in it, and then again print list 2. Starting with an empty list 2, we appended 5, and now it contains 5. Deleting items from a list is also straightforward using del keyword and the index. For example, we are going to create a list 2 as 2, 4, 5.3, and we will also include some strings and booleans, again some integers. Okay, now we are going to print this. Now we are going to delete a specific digit from our list. So from list 2, we are going to delete the boolean value which is on second index. Now we are going to then print list 2. So as you can see, the element which was on second index 5.3 boolean is gone now. Finally, you can also join two lists using the plus operator. For example, list 3 we are going to create and give it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And list 4 is going to contain 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And list 5th will be the sum of list 3rd and list 4th. Let's see how it is going to perform. So as you can see, this creates a new list. List 5 containing all elements and list 3 List 5 contains all elements of list 3 and list 4, all concatenated. Now we are going to talk about tuples. Tuples are similar to lists in that they are ordered collections of items, but with one crucial difference. They are immutable, meaning they cannot be changed after creation. Tuples are defined using parentheses. For example, we are going to make a tuple 1 as 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we are going to print this. And also we are going to print the type of tuple 1. As you can see, tuple 1 is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the elements which we gave input, and its type, its class is tuple. Like lists, tuple can also hold multiple data types. For example, tuple 2 is 1, 1, 2, 3 and some name and boolean values also. Now we can print and check. Numbers and strings and boolean all coexisting peacefully in our tuple. You can easily convert a list to a tuple using the tuple constructor. For example, my list is 3, 4, 5, 6 and I am going to print my list, and then we are going to convert it to a tuple. So my tuple is going to be tuple, and here goes the name of my list. Now we are going to print my tuple. Our list, which was 3, 4, 5, 6, now has been converted to tuple. And just like lists, you can access elements in tuple using indexing. For example, we can print my tuple and index number 0. So you will be able to see that we got 3 which was on 0th index and 6 which was on 3rd index. 0, 1, 2, 3. The key takeaway for tuples is their immutability. If you try to change a tuple like appending on an element, you will get an error. For example, we are going to try to append a tuple. So my tuple dot append, and I am going to append 5 in this. As you can see, it shows us an attribute error. Tuple object has no attribute append because only lists has the ability to append and they are immutable. Now we are going to talk about sets. Now let's explore sets. Sets are unordered collections of unique items. The keyword here is unique. Sets automatically remove any duplicate values. They are defined using curly brackets. For example, my set is equal to, and we are going to use curly brackets for them. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now we are going to print my set and also going to print type of my set. As you can see, by the curly brackets you can see that this was a set and also class is also set. Because sets are unordered and don't support indexing, trying to access elements by index will result in a type error. For example, I'm going to print the first index number from a set, and it will give us a type error because it is not subscriptable. You can see that set object does not support indexing. A common use case for sets is to remove duplicates from a list. You can convert a list to a set to achieve this. For example, we are going to print the list 5, create a list 5, and in which 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And X will be set of list 5. Now we are going to print X. Also, I am going to give you example of duplicate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, again 1, 2, 3, and we are going to print set 3. As you can see, we repeated 1, 2, 3 twice in this set, but we all did not get duplicate values. When list 5 was converted to a set, it simply became a set. More dramatically, initially set 3 had duplicate values, but when printed as a set, the duplicate are automatically removed, leaving only 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. This is super powerful data cleaning. Now next we are going to learn about dictionaries. Finally, we have dictionaries. Dictionaries are unordered collection of data that store values in key value pairs. Think of them like a real-world dictionary where each word has a definition. They are defined using curly brackets, but with colons separating keys and values and comma separating pairs. To understand this simply, we are going to create a dictionary, myDict, as remember, dictionaries are always written in curly brackets. So I am going to give name, and then we are going to assign the name as mine. Then we are going to give age 32. We can also write without curly brackets. We can also write integers without curly brackets. Country, India. Now we are going to print my dictionary and type of my dictionary. You can see name assigned to mine, age is 32, and country is India. And its type is dictionary. My dictionary contain name David, name as mine, and age as 32, and country as India. To access values in a dictionary, you use its corresponding key inside square brackets. For example, if I want to know the name, then I am going to print my dict, and then name. As you can see, it gave us output as mine because name was assigned to mine. Similar to sets, dictionaries also do not allow duplicate keys. If you try to add a duplicate key, the new value will simply override the old one. For example, I am going to create a dictionary 2 as name I am going to give name as ML, and then age is going to be 32, and I am going to again give name as mines. And now I am going to print this dict 2. Even though we write the name as ML, but it took as only mines. Why? Because the dictionary only stores the last instance of a duplicate key's value. And there you have it, a comprehensive overview of Python's essential data structures, lists, tuples, sets, and dictionaries. Each one has its unique strengths and ideal use cases. Understanding when and how to use each one of them will make your Python code more efficient and robust. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more Python content, and let me know in the comments which data structure you find most interesting. Thanks for watching and happy coding.